for the first part, right,
Yeah.
I found a tutorial on YouTube on how to do flow block design, right? And it's like, so you would put like so you have the block outline, right? And then for the outside of the block, you put black blocks. Then you put another outline. You put lines inside of the black outline, and then you get then you put a bunch of random crap block design.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what this is. I searched a tutorial, and so where you some background with blending blocks in the middle here, and then a bunch of stuff with glow over top and glow on the outside. And then I kind of tried to keep a similar style throughout the level, but it didn't work out very well. So as you can see, it's not even close to the same, but it's simple but nice.
Yeah, it works good.
Yeah, I don't know, this is when I used to watch Lemon's tutorials a lot, so just simple 2 types of blocks that, yeah. With this part, right, I got the idea to put the black blocks. I got an idea to just do a colorful outline, and then some what's it called, these connector block things, with some pulsing squares and stuff. And I kind of just added on to it. I made them switch colors every so often, so it inverts, and then, yeah. And I kind of just copy-pasted it around, then did the same for this. This right here, this block deco, it was just filler, honestly. I had no clue. Okay. And this part, Crazy Life actually gave this idea to me. He said for this ship part I should actually do like fire. So I did fire.
Yeah, that works. That works. That actually looks quite good.
Then I put all these oh dang. Let me just go. I put all these sparkling things so they kind of look like sparks flying. Then with this part, I don't know, I was experimenting on the bus and it looked good, so I kept it. Sorry, Discord notification. This 9 circles part, it started out as I had an idea for it to just switch while pulsing, but it reminded me of 9 circles, right? So, but it was a pretty bad 9 circles effect if it could even be considered one. So I decided to just make it like that. So, and this part just added a bunch of random glow and stuff. This part, I decided to put like a gradient kind of. So I got,
That part was one of my favorites, the UFO at like 45 or whatever.
So I did this, and then this is what I did basically. I did this, except I was changing the hue slightly, so let's just put this on here. And then I slightly changed the hue.
That's actually smart. I've never tried changing the hue when doing that.
See how it makes like a kind of gradient there?
Yeah, that actually looks quite cool.
Yep,
I've never tried that. That's interesting.
And then this was another case of experimenting on the bus. I thought it would be cool to make it out of these kind of pillar blocks or whatever they're called. Yep. And then I had the connector pieces inside. Took so long to line those up on the box. And then I decided to make one thing here. So this is just my negative Or no, here's. I think this is. Yeah, this is hue 0. Okay. So every block up, I move the hue. For everything up, I move the hue up 10, and then up everyone down, I move it down 10. So
then you get yet another gradient.
Yeah. So if you look. Yeah. And then on fire, originally, so when I made the layout, I made like the title screen. So I made the word on fire out of black block, or white blocks actually. And then, so I decided to, because, well,
you could have them fade out.
Let's get rid of this. That looks ugly with that there. You see? Oh, it's just, no, because they're actual blocks instead of slopes, so you can't just stop them. So I decided to put black blocks over top of it, and then I decided I would put make the words black with some white glow behind it, so it's like looks a bit more complex, you know. I guess you could call it complex. Yeah, I think that's the word I was looking for. Now this part, right? This part, I made. Originally, I was gonna make the whole thing just these like dark blocks, and then just put a bunch of stuff inside of it. And then, I made this. Let me see if I can recreate it quickly. Out of these, I did this, make it a bit bigger, making it a bit bigger. I did this, boom. And then I put glow over top of it, copied and pasted it a bunch to made it look like.
It does look quite cool, like actually.
Pieces.
Yeah, it looks quite cool.
And then I had all these bright blocks, and you actually came up with the idea to make them darker, so it's not extremely bright.
Yeah.
You know? So, also this part, it took so long to get them, like, to figure out how I would do it for the corners and stuff.
Yeah. Because the shapes don't really interact. You have to mess around with it.
Yeah, what I did for here, this block here, right? I literally just grabbed this. I literally just grabbed the center of this and then copy pasted it over here.
Well, that's how Nansman works. So you can definitely get a featured level by doing that. I mean,
yeah,
makes sense.
And I decided to put this block here so you don't jump up. And then I thought it was a little too bright, so it needs a bit more variation, right? So I added these black solvents and just scattered them around.
Yeah. I will say one thing, the background is very fitting.
Okay, so with this thing right here, I decided I would, oh god, I just blanked out. So I had this part which rotates, right? So I decided to just copy this, put it here, done. No, but for the air deco, before I did this, I actually decorated this part. So what I first did here was I just made the black outline, right? I decided to make it 2 blocks instead of just 1. And then with and then I decided to put random stuff to the air deco. So I decided I would get 3 of these like pinwheel things, like 3 sizes, right? You just find, this, just like this, and then boom. Let me change the hue. Boom. And that's all I did. And then I just copy and pasted it, and then put it all over the place. Then I decided, since I kind of want to link parts together, right? So I decided I would put some of these, right, or some of those pinwheel things in this part as well. So that's what I did there.
I can see the correlation.
Yeah. And then, now we got the last part. So I decided I wanted to do like a simple black part for this a while ago. And while I was making the layout, I decided to make the spikes move up, right? So, of course, I have to put these things so it, tells you that there's spikes going up there.
Yeah.
And then, so there's...
The ground effect looks really cool as well.
Yeah, so I decided to... So, well, here's the effect you can see here with all these. Yeah. But I'm too lazy to remember how to do a spawn loop. And then this is the, yeah. And I decided I would put this glow to make it look, sorry, to make it look like it's kind of separated. So I put this glow here to make it look like it was, to make it look almost like it's on top, this part is on top of here, right?
Yeah.
And then, so I had this, I had some glow around it and stuff. Actually, I gotta...
And then, of course, the touch trigger that makes you click that. Right?
Come on. Okay, come on. This glow piece is... the orb in the glow piece is so... Ew. Okay, I'll just... Okay, there we go. It's better. Sorry, I just got a little triggered there.
Yeah, little details trigger people.
Yeah.
There's like in the wave part on my Christmas level, the first wave.
Yeah.
Every single corner there has a corner piece except for one.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. So.
Yeah, and then this is the end screen. I made this GG a while ago.
Yeah, that actually looks quite cool.
Yeah, I made the G, just like the letters I just made a while ago. And then while I was making the end part, I decided since it's on fire, I would make the GG on fire.
Yes, that actually is quite... Makes sense.
Yeah.
There's a lot more fire on the left one.
Yeah, well, and then with this, another thing about this, it represents like rubble, I guess you could say, because there's just these little flames left over and some ashes and stuff. So the gray is kind of like ashes.
Huh. That actually looks quite interesting. The theming is really nice on this. Like, I could never theme a level to this degree. I just go, red equals fire, make the level red.
Yeah, well, so this part was like, so here was when, this part basically is when the fire first gets lit and first gets like going and stuff. Then it starts to kind of die down, kind of. Then I make...
And then it turns into a green nickel fire, apparently. No, I'm kidding. But yeah.
Yeah, and then there's this part that says on fire, and then you're going into the fire.
Oh, yeah, because everything turns red.
Yeah, and then these saw blades, now that I think about it, they also can be like ashes and stuff there.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Smoke. Yeah. And then here, it's starting to die down, kind of, with the black. And then here, with the fade, I did an extra background trigger to make, or an extra background thing to make it kind of golden first. Yeah. So that's the fire going out pretty much. Yeah.
That's quite an interesting theming as well. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
So for the first part, I decided to add a little bit of darker areas to it to go back on what Alex said about it looking like there's ashes and to just give it a bit more variety. For the second and third parts, I added more fire color because I figured the fire would start earlier but just not as strong rather than starting immediately at the drop. So I decided to edit that slightly. For the pre-drop, I did almost nothing except for add a few pulses. And then in the drop, I also didn't touch it much as well, except for the UFO and the waves where I added little dark spots where you had to tap to make it slightly more clear and to give the level a bit more atmosphere. For the final couple parts, I just added a bit more of the glow to make it stand out more. And I also added a little mist that lasts through the whole level, starting the drop and ending at the end of the level. The mist gives it a bit more of a, makes you feel more like you're in the fire than just a standby. Well, that's it for the video. Hope you enjoyed, and maybe 2021 won't be quite as bad.